The Dead Sea Scrolls have long been one of the most sensational archaeological discoveries of the 20th century. They draw attention not only for their ancient origins, but also for the big questions they raise about how the Bible was formed and whether forbidden chapters truly existed. In popular culture, these scrolls are often shrouded in mystery and conspiracy, but through an academic lens, the story is much more complex and grounded. The scrolls were first discovered in 1947 in the Qumran area near the Dead Sea. Inside arid caves, scholars found over 900 manuscripts written between the 3rd century BCE and the 1st century CE. This was a pivotal era for Judaism, a time when religious ideas and the concept of the Messiah were being vibrantly debated. These manuscripts were not a single book, but rather a library reflecting the spiritual life of Jewish communities at the time. A significant portion of these finds consists of familiar biblical texts like Genesis or the Psalms. Their existence has allowed scholars to verify the accuracy of the Bible preserved over thousands of years. The results were astonishing, as many passages nearly match the standard Hebrew texts used today, proving an incredibly careful tradition of scribal copying. However, what sparks the most public curiosity are the texts that did not make it into the official Bible. This is where the idea of forbidden chapters comes from. In reality, there is no evidence that these texts were once part of the Bible and then suppressed. At the time the scrolls were written, the fixed list of biblical books, known as the canon, had not yet been finalized. Many communities read and respected various works as sacred or wise, but did not necessarily view them all as equal to the Torah. A prime example is the Book of Enoch, which describes fallen angels and the final judgment. Although it heavily influenced early Christian thought, it was not included in the official canon of most churches. This wasn't because it was banned, but because it didn't meet specific criteria, such as widely recognized prophetic origin. Similarly, books like Jubilees or Sirach reflect distinct traditions that were embraced by some groups but not others. The Dead Sea Scrolls also contain community-specific texts, like the Community Rule or the War Scroll. These documents describe internal organization and the belief in a final battle between light and darkness. They were never chapters cut from the Bible, but rather internal records reflecting the unique hopes of a specific group during a volatile period in history. The myth of forbidden chapters persists because of the gap between modern perspectives and ancient reality. Today, we are used to a fixed Bible and often assume anything outside of it was suppressed. In the ancient world, however, the boundaries were much more fluid. The biblical canon was not decided by a secret council, but emerged gradually over centuries through community consensus and tradition. The greatest value of the Dead Sea Scrolls is not that they reveal a hidden Bible, but that they provide a vivid window into the diverse religious life of the time. They show that the Bible did not arrive in a complete form from the sky, but was shaped within a living, breathing environment of debate. Understanding this helps us read history with greater depth, moving past sensationalized myths to appreciate the actual scholarly truth. Would you like me to analyze the specific differences between one of these scrolls and the modern Bible for you?